My name is Michael May. I come from Oklahoma City in the United States. I've been in Jingdajin for almost 4 months, and I decided to come here to learn about the traditional ceramics that is part of the history here of the city, and then also at the same time I want to develop my own ideas for some contemporary ideas that I have. I studied in Korea. I learned to make the large forms. I learned to study the design. That inspired me to also to start thinking more about contemporary ideas, and I kind of got into 3D printing just by accident one day. I needed some stuff, so I bought a 3D printer, and then I kind of just went down a rabbit hole. Yeah, so this is actually my first 3D printer that I bought. It's actually, I ordered from China. It's an Ender made by Creality, which is a Chinese company, but I heavily modified it. Or I use this to make my tools, my 3D printed tools, all my ribs and stuff for when I do the wheel throwing, and then I also used it to 3D print all the parts for my clay printer. I actually designed the whole thing on my iPad in Shaper 3D, and then all the parts that I could print, I 3D printed myself, and then I put it together, and all the coding and wiring as well. It's actually a small scale model of the large printer that I would like to create within the next year, so I can actually make pots that'll be at least 1 to 2 meters in height. So I was interested in learning to do Qinghua, and one of my friends, who's also my coworker here, he mostly does the overglaze. He helped me pick out the brushes that we use, and then he kind of showed me how to select them and how to pick them out. But there's a lot of factors that come into a good brush with the Qinghua, with the way you hold the brush to get the angle, the flow, the speed of how you move the brush. There's so much that goes on to it, and so it took me, for maybe the first month, I had a chapan, and I would just practice doing the lines, and then after I felt a little bit confident, I started to paint teapots and gaiwan and some chapan. So with my 3D printer, I'm experimenting with different ideas and on how to incorporate the Jingdajin feeling of the white and blue ceramics with the 3D printed ceramics. For me, the best part about here in Jingdajin is the opportunity to work in a place that's very historically, renowned throughout the whole world, but also getting to work with so many different Chinese masters, and then also here in my studio, I get to work with people from all around the world. So, I mean, there's just inspiration in everything, everywhere.